Welcome to BDO World Hockey. In this edition, the Australians on song after wins in the Commonwealth Games. A new coach as part of Singapore's ambitious development plans. And the schoolgirl mixing her studies at home with international hockey. But first, the International Hockey Federation has changed its Olympic qualifying process to ensure more nations have the opportunity to qualify for the Olympic Games. 3 new Six Nation events for men and women will replace the former Olympic qualifying events, where 12 teams battled for 5 or 7 places. The new criteria allows more nations to be involved in qualifying if they fail to win their respective continental championships. In previous years, only 12 men's and women's teams were afforded a chance to compete at this stage. But with 3 tournaments containing 6 teams each, this has risen to 18 each for 2008. The winner of these qualifying tournaments will gain a place at the Olympic Games. The Olympic qualification criteria can be viewed on the World Hockey website at worldhockey.org.
The 6-test series between India and Pakistan moved to Lahore for Game 4 of the programme, and with India already 3-0 down after Pakistan won all 3 games in India. And the Green Shirts took the lead in the 19th minute through Mohammad Imran. They had most of the possession throughout the game but failed to convert it on the scoreboard. That allowed India to equalise against the run of play through Tejbir Singh. The teams moved to Faisalabad for Game 5. And with Pakistan having secured the series, they went ahead early through Imran Vasi. India found new life, earning a string of corners, but couldn't get past Nasir Ahmed. Then, midway through the second half, came the best move of the game, finished by Rajpal Singh. And Kanwarpreet Singh hit the winner just 3 minutes later, leaving the capacity crowd stunned. It was India's first win in the series, and it came on Pakistan soil. Rawalpindi was the venue for the final test in front of another capacity crowd. And Pakistan again opened the scoring in just the 4th minute through Tariq Aziz. They doubled their lead before half-time through Saqlain Mohammed. And they made it 3 when Shabir found room in the circle. But India hit back through a penalty corner strike by Sandeep Singh. And it was game on when Shavendra Singh got India's second. And they completed the fight back when Tejbir found Vikram Pillai to make it 3-all. Pakistan winning the series 3-1 with 2 matches drawn.
Australia and Malaysia warmed up for the Commonwealth Games with a 2-test series in Perth. Australia opened the scoring when Rob Hammond ran the length of the field. Their second came from a penalty corner by Luke Dorner. And they got a third after some great teamwork led to the stick of Travis Brooks. Malaysia came out more determined in the second game, but the Australians are always tough to beat, especially at home. They went a goal up just after half-time through Luke Dorner. And they repeated the dose just a minute later. Their third came from Olympic hero Jamie Dwyer. Brent Livermore made it 4-0 from the penalty spot, before Malaysia found their range through Amin Rahim. And they got a second with a great run from Tengu Ahmad. But it was Australia's night, 5-2, with a hat-trick to Luke Dorner. And that gave the Kookaburras reason to sing.
The Commonwealth Games were held in Melbourne in March, with Australia and India meeting in the women's final. The Australians were the top-ranked team, while India were the defending gold medalists. Serving, crosses the centre line. Good first touch from Karen Smith to find Kate Hollywood. She was cued on the crossbar. Oh! Well, that was a disastrous piece of defence, almost by Jasjeet, to give Sarah Taylor the chance. That was shocking defence by Jasjeet.
Real inexperience there. You don't have time to mess around.
Well, Kate Hollywood, I think, miscued the pass in the first instance, but the defence was so ordinary from the Indian players that Sarah Taylor had.
Who'd be a coach, huh?
Yeah.
Who would be a coach?
Not me, that's why we're up here, Christo.
Blythe. Sarah Taylor. Hudson's in there. Oh, that is absolutely magnificent. That is sensational. Sarah Taylor, take a bow, Sarah Taylor. Sarah Taylor has gone right to the other end of the field to shake hands with Rachel Imeson. Now, I know that Hudson scored it, and she will get most of the recognition from the crowd. Absolute thriller here today. Just the one goal in it. And that was a fantastic goal, taken brilliantly by Nikki Hudson off a very good setup by Sarah Taylor. Capacity crowd count down the home team. And Australia are the Commonwealth Games gold medalists for 2006.
Australia taking their second Commonwealth gold after previously winning in Kuala Lumpur in 1998. England won the women's bronze medal. In the men's final, it was Australia playing Pakistan. Australia had never lost a game in the men's event at the Commonwealth Games and continued that perfect record.
Jamie Dwyer earns the first penalty corner of the game.
Well, it hasn't been easy to earn a corner. It could have been 3 or 4 prior. Finally, the umpire decided.
Jamie Dwyer parked on the left, the position from which he scored the golden goal to win the Olympic gold medal. There it is, and the three-way variation goes back down to Liam de Young, who pushed it out. That was like putting things together according to an engineer's specifications.
Well, not easy to execute this corner. It's easy to work out the plan beforehand, but to actually make it work smoothly, you'll see Hammond knock it with the handle. Dummy comes from Dwyer, and de Young just gets there before the keeper, Akbar. It was nice and low, de Young.
Mohammed Imran caught at the sideline. Livermore. De Young. McCann finds the penalty corner. Michael McCann, penalty corner number 4. And in 34 games, he's scored 20 goals already, including a hat-trick in Perth a couple of weeks ago in a 5-2 win over Malaysia. This time, straight in, Luke Dorner, got the radar working, and the hometown hero is happy.
Yeah, well, they needed this goal, Australia. They really did. It might have looked compelling or as if they were running away from Pakistan, but until you get that second goal, you can never rest assured against Pakistan. Not sure they'll rest anyway, but here you go. Luke Dorner finally gets some real contact, gets past the runner out and goes low. Perfect penalty corner. The power here too much.
There's McCann outside him and inside. Well, that's a fantastic finish by Jamie Dwyer.
Magnificent goal, Australia. The pass from Eglinton was absolutely superb. Saw the lead up high from Dwyer. Great vision. Could easily have gone out wide to the right. It held the pass, made contact with Dwyer, and the little superstar just tucked it under the keeper.
Crowd count down the last 10 seconds. Adnan Maqsood. The Kookaburras are laughing. Bevan George captains the team to Commonwealth Games gold. The moment they've trained for, the moment they've waited for.
The Australians undefeated in the event to take gold ahead of Pakistan, while Malaysia won the bronze medal.
Coming up on BDO World Hockey, a new coach for Singapore's ambitious development plans and England's indoor women's title.
This is Whangarei in New Zealand's famous Bay of Islands. And this is Whangarei Girls High School, where young ladies study literature and mathematics and occasionally have time to get together with their mates for a spot of touch rugby. Or in the case of Charlotte Harrison, a little touch rugby and a lot of international hockey. Charlotte made hockey history in New Zealand last year. She became the youngest player named in a senior national team at just 15, after strong performances in New Zealand's National Hockey League.
There's always a risk of picking young players. You never know their maturation level. You're never quite sure whether they can handle the pressures of international hockey. But Charlotte's ability begged her to be picked. She was definitely one of our better players in the country, so picking her on ability was never a problem. It's just making sure she had the maturity at such a young age to handle it, and yeah, she does. She's a very level-headed young lady.
It was finals weekend for NHL, and our team had gone out for dinner, and Ian Rutledge happened to be in the same restaurant as us, and he told my coach, and then they called me over and told me. And big surprise, and yeah, I thought he meant the under-18 girls team at first, and I was like, oh, okay, and then nope, wasn't that, it was the women's one. Yeah, so it was pretty exciting.
So what did you do?
I rang Dad straight away, and then I rang Mum and told my sisters and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty good. I was a bit shocked actually, didn't even end up having dinner.
Since late last year, Charlotte has played in Test series against Australia and Japan and has represented New Zealand at the Commonwealth Games. Her first coach and school principal is a proud man.
She came into Year 9 and I saw her at the trial, and immediately she stood out as a player who had real talent. She was about probably 4 foot tall, little blonde thing, but she was incredibly aggressive and just showed an amazing talent for scoring goals, really.
It's a wonderful opportunity for a young player, but it's also a distraction from her studies and a challenge when she's away from home in training camps.
So what we've done with Charlotte is we've placed her with a family similar to hers back at her home, and been providing Charlotte with the opportunity to study while she's in camp as well.
Well, thankfully the New Zealand Hockey have a really good program for helping and mentoring these younger players through. She's will miss a lot of school, but they will spend a lot of time in camp catching up on schoolwork. She's in contact with her teachers by email over the times that she's away, and hopefully it shouldn't impact too adversely on her schooling.
Charlotte and 2 sisters started playing hockey in primary school, encouraged by their mother, Zanna.
Charlotte started playing when she was 8, in just a club hockey, yeah, and her position right from probably the word go was striker, although she was multi-skilled, still is, but striker's her pet position.
And Charlotte has a simple motto. It's go hard or go home. And it's from her proud father, Steve.
Yeah, I've always given her that, yeah, made sure she always went hard, and she's good at that and does that very well.
Oh, it's real exciting knowing you're playing for the best in your country, and yeah, it's just good, just getting the 100% balls and just knowing that you've got the best players around you, and you can, yeah, you just go hard off that, and hopefully that I'll become one of the better players as well.
The Australian men hold top spot on the Sahara World Hockey Rankings after their victory at the Champions Trophy event in Chennai. The Netherlands are second after reaching the final in Chennai and sit 111 rankings points behind Australia. Germany hold on to third despite finishing fourth at the Champions Trophy. Spain are fourth and within 71 points of third place. Pakistan remain fifth in the rankings and their Asian neighbours India are still sixth. Korea holds seventh place thanks to their top 8 Olympic finish, while Argentina are eighth. New Zealand are ninth, still holding points from their last Champions Trophy appearance in 2004, and South Africa round out the top 10 after their win at the Africa Cup. In the women's rankings, the Netherlands retain their grip on top spot. Pan American champions Argentina are in second place. Australia move up from fourth to third after their silver medal at the Champions Trophy and their Oceania Cup title. Olympic champions Germany are number 4. China hold fifth after their bronze medal performance in Canberra, and New Zealand's win in the Champions Challenge keeps them in sixth. Korea are seventh in the rankings, ahead of Japan, who are eighth. England are currently ninth, and Spain round out the women's top 10. There's a new man at the coaching helm of hockey in Singapore. Terry Khan has been appointed to guide the island nation's men's and women's teams towards the top 16 of the world rankings as part of an ambitious 8-year development program.
My name's Terry Khan. I come from Australia. I live in Brisbane. I've been coaching hockey for the last 20 years. Part of that 20 years I've been an elite coach for the last 10 years working in the state system. In the last couple of years being with the Institute of Sport as an assistant coach in the men's area. And I've now come over here to coach Singapore hockey.
Level 5-7.
His first task has been to develop and implement a new rigorous fitness regime for Singapore's national training squads.
Well, one of the main problems when I came here to Singapore was the low fitness levels, and the ability of skills wasn't too bad, but harnessing those together was a major problem. And what's happened now in the last few months is that the fitness level is starting to rise, and the players' skill level is also starting to rise also. The big thing now is to harness all of that, give them a lot of hockey knowledge, which I think is horribly lacking here, and play more hockey at the international level.
He also faces the challenges of having many of his younger players unavailable because of Singapore's national service obligations and the nation's strong focus on education.
It's a massive move coming from Australia, where we're free-going and free-wheeling, coming to Singapore, where I've noticed, just especially with all the people here, such high priorities on education and work. It's the highest priority, and I'm trying to get a fine balance between those two and getting hockey in the mix, in about that mix. So it's important that we get a very good mix of all three things. The culture is hard to come to terms with at the moment. Different eating styles, they do things a lot different over here, but in a matter of time you'll just get used to it.
Singapore has already embarked on a separate junior development program overseen by respected master coach Horst Vine, and Terry Khan expects to see the benefits of that program in due course. But his immediate aims are qualification for the Asian Games in Doha in December and the Southeast Asian Games, or SEA Games, in 2007.
In the next 2 years, I think the plans have been put in place by management. They want to do very well at the SEA Games in 2007, but we have to qualify in those sort of games, so the important step now is to take one step at a time, progress slowly, but make sure that we're always looking for improvement. Some results won't happen overnight, unfortunately, but if you're improving the players, the results will take care of themselves.
Now to England's National Indoor Arena in Birmingham for the finals of the English indoor season. The women's final between Canterbury and Chelmsford was broadcast live across the UK. Your commentators are Karen Brown and Nick Irvin.
So the first corner of the game goes to the girls in green. Lisa Wooding slips it. And a difficult bouncing ball, very well saved on the line, but no chance with that one. And Chelmsford are in ahead.
Yes, Chloe Rogers there picked up the rebound. Mel Clulo, although she saved the ball on the line, she pushed it straight back out to Chloe Rogers, and look here, she takes careful aim high into the roof of the net. Clulo has no chance.
So two corners in quick succession for Chelmsford, and this time they find the net. straight down the middle, but it had enough power on it to get its way past Duggan, and Chelmsford have that 2-goal cushion, Karen.
Yeah, Duggan went down a little bit too early there, as you can see, and the ball goes over her shoulder, but a nice strike by Wooding.
Chelmsford coming forward again, lovely ball, could be number 3 here, good goalkeeping, still not clear though. There's the lob, fine diving save away to her right there by Duggan.
Yeah, it was a good save there by Duggan, as you see the replay played in here. Great play by Bollington to play the ball back to Merrigan, and Duggan saves them.
The defenders, apart from the goalkeeper, have to run out from the far side of the goal. Just makes a little bit longer run. Give the striker more time. There's the shot, goes in again, and it's cleared and over the baseline. And despite Canterbury's complaints.
Yeah, it was a very good save by Marie Merrigan there. I think Canterbury were saying that it came off her foot, but it looked all right on the action replay. It was a good save.
Well, we've said that so often before. We start to wonder. Oh, that came off a foot, did it? Yes, indeed. The defender's foot on the line. Penalty stroke given. The Chelmsford girls complaining. I don't think it's a very serious complaint.
No, I think that's come off the foot. That's a definite penalty strike off Marie Merrigan's foot.
Now Louise Knight looked across to her colleague on this side, who's Sarah Bush, and really the only question is, was it going in the goal? And I think our replays have said that it most certainly was. So a chance now greater than any other before for Canterbury to pull 1 goal back. Mel Clulo entrusted with the penalty stroke. So Clulo now from 7 metres. And still it doesn't go in. Well, I never. And surely it must be all that now for Canterbury. It's just not proving to be their day, Karen. They have work to do yet. Oh, a real chance here, surely. At last it's gone in. And it's going to count.
Juliet Chapman putting the ball away from Canterbury there. Well, they had to play the ball around Roberts to get the ball in the back of the net, but they did it very well. They drew Roberts out the goal, slipped it across, and Juliet Chapman finishes very well.
And Chelmsford in no hurry, running the clock down. It's all up, I think, now for Canterbury. And despite long periods of domination, we have to remember that it's goals that count. And Chelmsford have won this one by 2-1.
Chelmsford taking the women's title for the 3rd time in the Essex club's history. East Grinstead won the men's final.
Before we go, a look at the World Hockey calendar of major events. The BDO Men's World Cup qualifier will be held in Chengdu City in China from the 12th of April, with 12 teams fighting for 5 places in the World Cup field. The Samsung Women's World Cup qualifier is next from April 25th with the same contest, 12 teams fighting for 5 places. The Rabo Women's Champions Trophy is in Amstelveen in July, with the host nation defending the title against Argentina, Australia, China, Germany and New Zealand. And the Sahara Men's Champions Trophy will be played in Terrassa, with Spain hosting Argentina, Australia, Germany, the Netherlands and Pakistan. BDO presents the Men's World Cup in Mönchengladbach from the 6th to the 17th of September. And we go back to Spain from September 27th for the Samsung Women's World Cup in Madrid. In other events, Germany hosts a 4-nation men's event at its new World Cup stadium in Mönchengladbach over the Easter period, with Spain, India and Argentina accepting the invitation to attend. And the United States women will host Argentina, Australia and the Netherlands in August. The 4-nation invitation event will be played over 2 legs at the University of Maryland and the National Training Centre in Virginia Beach.
Coming up next month on BDO World Hockey, Sahal Abbas on his powerful penalty corner technique, and Argentina's Vanina Oneto on life after international hockey.